Hey everybody, Kim Victoria here, and I am going to start the cover for my citrus journal. Now, I want to share with you, and I'm going to put that in the upper right corner. The uh, the video that inspired this is Tina on Frieda Friemel, and so I'm kind of winging it right now because I didn't go back and do a review. Maybe I should have. But I have a nice piece of lime green fabric here that I want to use to help assemble the cover. And I'm using the 3-in-1. And yeah, so this is just corrugated cardboard that I have here. So I'm just going to kind of fly through this because if you want to know exactly how to make this kind of a cover, I just always recommend Tina's, and the link will also be in the description box. So what I am doing here is I put it's the acetone based glue, and I'm not turning it over and rubbing it really hard because I don't want it to bleed through. But because it had a little more time, I'm just letting it sit on top when I turn it over. So I'm hoping that it won't bleed through. And I'm just using another piece of the corrugated cardboard to get the gap right. So that's all I'm doing there. So now I'm just going to go ahead and glue the second side on, just double checking to make sure that I have the gaps set correctly on the cover. And I just use a straight edge to make sure everything's straight. And the other thing that's nice about doing cloth is that if I'm ever so slightly off when I go to turn the corners and everything, cloth has a little bit of give that'll help. So I did not glue the spine cardboard in because I'm going to do a floating spine. And next, of course, I need to trim the fabric, both the long direction and cut the corners so that I can fold those over. So now I'm ready to fold up all the edges, get everything aligned, and then glue all those flaps down. And the flaps that are going on the inside are going to be covered with paper. But I do like using the discard card to spread the glue a little bit. That really does help. And I am putting a little extra glue in the corners so that I can have a nice neat corner. I left some extra fabric on those corners. All right, so all the sides are glued up. I'm very pleased with the corners. They look nice and neat. That's the important thing. So now with my leftover fabric, this is where I am going to make the spine piece. And I'm going to cover it the same as the way I covered the front and back cover. I don't think I'm doing this at this point exactly the way Tina did it, but yeah, just kind of fooling around to see, well, how do I want it? Because see, the top and bottom are going to show, but the rest is not going to show. And now that I have finished covering it, I realized that I wanted to make sure that I had allowed to have the piece of fabric that is going to go across, and it's actually going to hold that spine piece in. and I do have a nice piece left. So all I need to do is attach that to the spine piece, and I could have put it on either side. It would have been nice if I had uh, really closed up that gap between. But once the signatures are sewn to that spine piece, you won't even be able to see it. So the main thing is to just have enough fabric that's going to hold the spine in place when the whole thing is completed. The only thing left to do is to go ahead and cut the end papers. And I really like these. This is one of the napkins that I decoupaged onto a piece of scrapbook paper. So I decided that that would make great end papers. So this, I just wanted to do a little quickie to keep this journal project going. And so the next thing for me to do is to make the signatures, and I am going to be using some of those, certainly going to be using some of those decoupaged papers that I made in the previous video. So I'll take you back to there, and you can you can see that if you didn't see it before. But the next video will be about the signatures. Thanks so much for watching. All right, that's all for now. Bye bye.